Live from Fox 35 News, you're watching Good Day Orlando.
National intelligence officials say Iran and Russia have gotten their hands on U.S. voter registration data, and Iran used that information to send Americans emails about how to vote. Now, while there may be no such thing as privacy really anymore, right? Internet security expert Tom Jelneck is joining us live with a few steps that you can take to reduce the number of eyes looking at your personal information online. Tom, good morning to you. It is always good to see you. How are you?
Hey, I'm great. It's so nice to see you. Thank you.
Oh, thanks so much for being here, because this really is kind of an important and scary issue. How can you find out what kind of personal information is out there about you?
So the easy thing is to Google yourself, right? So you'd be amazed at how much stuff you'll find with your own name, you know, especially if you've been on the internet for a while.
Well, you know, the other part about this is that when you look at what you're Googling and you see all the stuff that's out there, then you think, okay, I don't want all this stuff out there. I want to remove some of it. What are some of the ways that you can remove that personal information from the web, and how difficult is it to do?
So let me tell you first and foremost, Danielle, it's daunting. Okay, so there, you know, I'll offer a little bit of help. You can minimize your footprint.
Okay.
So first and foremost, if you know you have to get off the social media. You'd have to delete all of your social media accounts, because a lot of personal info, photos, descriptions, you know, stuff you like, stuff you don't like, all of that's being transmitted every single time you log on.
You know, that's the part of it that is so scary, because I think when you look at what's on there, and if there's something that you want to get rid of, you know, the question people may ask is, all right, can I get rid of everything, all of my personal information from the internet, or is there always, Tom, going to be something out there?
Right, and so, you know, you have to look at the internet like this. If you're on it and you're using a free service, guess what? They're going to collect data. So even if you do delete your account, one of my favorite sayings is Google never forgets. So Google may have already crawled something or indexed it, or other search engines as well. So, you know, deleting them is a step in the right direction, but I also have to tell you, it takes time and perseverance to start removing your digital footprint.
Okay, so I guess the other question here is that there are a lot of people who are not going to have that time or the patience, right, to go through everything and remove that information. Are there companies that can do that for you?
Yeah, there certainly are, but you know, here's my caution to this, Danielle. So let's say you buy a new house, or you get married, or you get in the news. All of that stuff too gets indexed because it's public knowledge. It's public. So if you vote in the elections and you're registered, it's public information, which means it's online. So as much as you can want to hide from it, unfortunately, I hate to be negative Nancy here, but it's going to be there at some point in some way, shape, or form.
So it sounds like what you're saying is you can't get rid of everything. There's always going to be
100%.
Yeah, there's always going to be something out there. And so what would be the best advice that you could give people in terms of maybe reducing that footprint out there? Because we're all using social media, Tom, right? We're always Googling stuff. Sometimes I'll Google something and then all of a sudden it'll appear on another feed what I was looking for, and I wasn't even on that feed. Do you know what I mean? So there's always a way, right, to find out information about you. How can we reduce that? What would be the best advice you could give?
So first and foremost, minimize the amount of info that you put out there. So if you write a description for yourself in Facebook or you know, one of the other social media channels, minimize that, right? And obviously, there's a lot of people who just go on there and look and don't post. So you can be a looker, right, and monitor, but the second you start interacting, that's when the clock and the search engines are grabbing it.
All right. Well, I will be a looker. I will not be.
Be a looker, and you can also use a private browser like DuckDuckGo or something like that to help minimize. It doesn't remove everything, but the point is, be wise about what you put online.
All right, Tom Jelneck, good information. Thanks so much.
Hey, great to see you.
It's great to see you as well, Amy.